What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here. Take a look at the Stokastic MLB DFS lineup generator for tonight's slate. While you're coming in, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. Of course, if you use the link in the description of this video or in my tweet, you can get the lineup generator for 50% off your first week. It's going to be just $4.48 for that first week. And then even after that, it's just going to be $8.95, which I still think is a fantastic deal. This tool only gives you long-term profitable lineups. Every single lineup has been run through the Stokastic Sims, has been found to be plus EV over the long haul. We also have a great deal going on with Caesars. You can see it at the top of the screen. I'll throw it up on the screen as well. At Caesars, put the wrong there. At Caesars, you bet $50, you can get $250 in bonus bets. So it's going to come in five $50 increments. So you bet your $50, and then over the course of 5 weeks, you're going to get five $50 bets one at a time. Fantastic deal. Of course, you need to be 21 plus to gamble in most places. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. But highly recommend checking out this deal if it is available in your state. If you have sports betting, you haven't signed up for Caesars for some reason, now is the time to do so. This deal will expire September 19th, I believe. Sometime in September, this is going to expire. So take advantage of it now while you can. All right, let's jump in and take a look at some lineups. We're going to start by looking at some DraftKings lineups here. Just a 3-game slate here. We're going to do all stack types, all lineup types. Not going to lock anybody, and just see what we get here in the tools. So, okay, this first one, we have Braxton Garrett and Pedro Avila as the pitchers. We have a 5-3 Marlins Braves stack here. So let's start by looking in the top pitchers tool. Man, 256% total ownership on this lineup. Excuse me. It is chalky. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to avoid ownership to some extent on a 3-game slate. But let's take a look at Garrett and Avila. Garrett third on the board with a 34% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. Avila fourth with a 32% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. Avila also has a 43% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. So at 6,300, some nice savings on the price there. Then we had the Marlins and the Braves here as our stacks. The Marlins with a 22% chance of being the top stack. The Braves with a 23% chance of being the top stack. So we have the 2 top stacks both represented in this lineup. Also have that nice added correlation, Garrett with the Marlins stack. If the Marlins go off, of course, you're more likely to get that win for Braxton Garrett. So nice little added correlation there. All right, I'm going to save this lineup. Next one, we have Spencer Strider and Lance Lynn as the pitchers. We have another 5-man Marlins stack, this time with a 3-man Giants secondary stack. So let's take a look. Strider and Lynn in the top pitchers tool. Strider with a 54% chance of being a top 2 pitcher. Lynn with a 36% chance of being the top 2 pitcher. So the last one we saw, the 2 top stacks were both represented. In this one, we have both of the top 2 pitchers in this lineup. And now we have the Marlins again as the primary stack, and then the Giants is our secondary stack. The Giants fourth on the board, 16% chance of being the top stack. All right, I'm just going to go through and save 20 lineups, see what our exposures look like. That one was very contrarian. All right, so we got Pedro Avila, Spencer Strider, top of the board, 50% each of those. A lot of Marlins bats at the top here. So, we have Lance Lynn again. So we have 3 pitchers here intermixed with 7 Marlins bats are our top exposed bats here, but none of them crazy. We're just getting 50% Jazz Chisholm, 45% Berger and Wendell, and 45% Jesus Sanchez as well. So honestly, on a 3-game slate, I'm pretty happy with this level of exposure. I would just run with this 20 lineups exactly. Take a look at some FanDuel lineups as well. All right, going to do all stack types, all lineup types, not locking anybody. First one, we have Lance Lynn as the pitcher with a 4-3 Marlins Padres stack here, looks like, with JD Davis as a one-off. Let's take a look at the FanDuel top pitchers tool. Lynn second on the board with an 18% chance of being the top pitcher and coming in way lower owned than Spencer Strider, just 14% ownership for Lynn. So he looks good there. And then we had, let's see, the FanDuel top stacks. Primary stack of the Marlins once again, and then the Padres are a secondary stack. Marlins second on the board, 21% chance of being the top stack. Padres third on the board, 17% chance. And you can see this one fairly chalky, but not all the way on the chalky end of the spectrum. We do have some somewhat lower owned bats here. JD Davis at 11%, Bogart at 17%, but no really contrarian bats. Again, you're not really going to find those very easily on a 3-game slate unless they project really poorly. All right, I'm going to save this one. This one even a little bit chalkier. We have a 4-3 Marlins Giants stack with Fernando Tatis one off, and then we have Spencer Strider as the pitcher. So Strider is going to be our top pitcher of the day, 25% chance of being the top pitcher. We had the Marlins and the Giants as our stacks here. Marlins, again, second on the board, 21% chance. Giants, 16% chance of being the top stack. Also a 24% chance of being the top point per dollar stack. All right, now I'm just going to go through and save 20 lineups. See what our exposures look like. All right, after 20 lineups, we have 75% Jazz Chisholm, 65% Fernando Tatis, 60% Spencer Strider, 55% Jesus Sanchez, 50% Luis Ariz. Again, a lot of Marlins at the top. We do have that Fernando Tatis just as a one-off, 65%. That is a lot of Fernando Tatis. Then we have, I guess, some more Padres down here as well with Machado and Kim. We have 90% Marlins stacks, 45% Padres stacks. I might want to cut back just a little bit on the Marlins. You could just run out this 20 lineups. Again, every single lineup is going to be plus EV. They've been run through the Sims. This is a lot of risk put on the Marlins here, though. I might want to cut back a little bit off of 90%. Maybe just get rid of a couple of my Marlins stacks. Go find a couple other stacks that don't have the Marlins in them, I think would be my approach here. But again, you could just run with that 20 lineup set. That's going to do it for this video. If you haven't liked the video already, please do so. Helps me out quite a bit.